And we're live. Good
Good
morning, sir.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning, peoples. If nobody's there yet, but you will be there.
Day number 6 of the stream. How we feeling?
We're feeling good. We feeling good. I'm not gonna complain about anything. We've had green days every day, so
And we battled a bit. I mean, rewatching
yes,
yesterday.
yesterday was a tough one. Yesterday was a tough one, and somehow we got it. So we're hoping today's a better day. Don't know what to expect today. You got CPI tomorrow.
Yeah.
You do have a 3-year note auction today, or bill auction today, that could move the market. Come in later. So I don't know. You could see, me and Roy was kind of discussing this off air a minute ago. You could see profit takers, you could see short coverings, you could see chop all day. So
Yeah, it's a tricky
what do we
one.
expect?
It's a tricky one. Well, I think
Book
it
map
goes.
is showing orders up at 5,500. Of course, it's a site level at 5,500, and it's showing to the downside 54.90. So that's going to be interesting to watch.
So we're at an interesting spot. Above the highs from yesterday, the um your favorite indicator that we're above the 5-day moving average now on this move. And yeah, I'm a bit surprised that it's kind of gone on the ride that it did in the overnight session. There was European inflation data, um, so obviously that caused a stir. But yeah, tricky day, as they all are, right? Every day has some new thing that we have to look out for. That's why um, managing your risk is that much more important. Making sure that we're not too big in any trade, make sure we're not too biased to any direction.
Right, right. So I do have a little trend zone here that it actually broke out of this morning. I did take that on a combine this morning. So $1,529 up on a combine. I
Nice.
took three and rode it all the way up to Monday's high, thinking that Monday's high was going to be a rejection, but it was not a rejection. So now we're just hanging out, waiting to see what we get here. Today's going to be a day of patience. I got a feeling we've been pretty patient here, but I don't want to rush into anything and make a mistake. We're too close to that 5,500 level, I think, to go long, unless we break
Right.
above it. And then it's this last move, since around 4 this morning has been pretty decent move. So it's kind of hard to short it. I don't know. I did take a chance on another combine on that Monday's high rejection and did not reject. One of them stopped me out. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I
Looking
just
around
don't
the
think.
market, good.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
As I said, looking around the market, you got Nvidia popping up. It's at 107.80. It's up about a buck and a half. You got Google up about a buck. You got Apple down almost $2 um, after its event. So
Well, that's expected after an event, correct?
right, sell the news event. You have Tesla $3 up. You got Meta $3 up. What's Microsoft at? Microsoft's up $3. So you got the big names. Amazon's up $2.50. So outside of Apple, Mag 7 is green to start the day, which does not hurt um, the move that you're seeing.
So if you break it down, we're going to look at the 4 hour. I took everything off for a second. Look at the 4 hour. Uh, we had this trend, starting back in the 1st of August, this uptrend, right? Then we consolidated. Then we crashed. We came down that crash. We came down, consolidated, came down. Now we've had a pop, and we've been consolidating, but looks like it's actually going to break above. It's back above the 21 now on the 4 hour, which is pretty strong.
Mm.
Look at the hourly. I mean the daily. Daily, you've got we had an inside day yesterday, right?
Yep.
And we're actually above yesterday's high now, which is typically meaning you want to look for longs, right?
Yep.
It breaks out. You got to back in July, we consolidated for 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 or 6 days right here, right where we're at. So 5,500, I think, is going to be our key to watch today. If we can break it, you got the 8 at 55.18. You got the 13 at 55.34 and the 21 at 55.37. And of course, VWAP is at 54.85, 54.86 area. So it's definitely going to be something to keep an eye on this daily chart. Looks pretty daggum interesting. If you draw a fib just on these dailies from this move, it's going to pop it up. But we've got 55.64, 55.32s to 50, 55.64, 50s to 61.8. So.
So in this scenario with a move this strong, obviously you had mentioned you tried to go short off of the pre-market high, or sorry, the yesterday's high. Are you looking for that to be a zone, as a bounce zone here this morning?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna be surprised if we open, if we get a little pop, and then we come back below this Monday's high.
Mm-hmm.
You've got this trend, and this trend has been since Monday. You've had this upper trend line that's been holding. So you got 1, 2, 3. You had right at 4. Test this trend line, then it broke out. So I don't know. It might come back and test this trend and then pop back up. I'm not sure if it'll get that low. So, but that 54.84, that was right around that daily VWAP we was looking at too. So that would make sense for it to go back there. And then let's look at. We looked at it yesterday, so let's look at it again today, just for August, the volume profile. And you can see we've got a cluster up here. This 55, we talked about it, this 55.30, 56.30, sorry, area. So if we was to get to that 56.30, I would probably look for a rejection there. CBD is strong. CBD is 9,500 right now. So this move is when I woke up. I got up a little early this morning when I pulled it up. I think it was showing right around 2,800, 3,000. So this move is not weak according to CBD. Now this is pre-market, so things could change as soon as the market opens. Let's go back to the 5. Pull this back up. You can see I've got my fibs drawn from 4:15 to the high day so far. So we'll see if we get a pullback. And where's the 38.2 at? 54.84. Everything is at 54. So 54.84 might be a spot to look long if it does come back. What we've been getting the last few days, we get a pop and then we get a pullback. Yesterday it recovered pretty good, but it doesn't do that every day. So you got to be careful of that. It's going to be important you keep your stops where they are. You don't risk more than what you normally would risk on a trade today. And you might actually tighten your stops up a tad bit because reversals can get you in a heartbeat. And then if you are the wrong way, you don't recognize it, you can lose an account pretty quick that way. So
yeah, I mean, yesterday you had that little, obviously the pop in the morning that we missed, and then the drop that we kind of got caught in, and then we got the tail end of it to clean up our day. But then that reversal after our stream ended, that's 50, 60 points, 50
Yeah,
points.
you're looking. So yesterday at open, we opened, we popped up to 54.80, and then came all the way down and made Monday's low at 54.42.25 at around 10:15.
Yeah.
So if you were playing, once this reversed here, you actually got a pullback. So if you were to draw fibs out from yesterday, just on this little short here, you got back up above the 23.6. It faded back down. It popped back up. If you wanted to follow it down, it popped back up to the 23.6, which we've always said, 23.6, if it's holding, it's a strong trend, right?
Hmm.
But by gosh, when that 23.6 broke, it ran up the rest of the day, well, up until lunchtime, and made our high day. So keep that fib there. Interesting to
Yeah,
see how
it's
it plays
it's
out. It's consolidating
yeah.
up here, so I would not be surprised if we get like I said, we get a pop it open with this consolidation.
Are you looking at any orb strategies out the gate?
No, we did that 3-minute orb yesterday, and that didn't play out. And you need to be careful when you do a 3-minute orb. Yesterday probably wasn't the day to do it, but
I'll
you need
probably
a
mark out
good.
the 15-minute.
Yeah, well, I've got the 15-minute on my trading view. I keep it there all the time because that 15-minute, if you look yesterday, I can't pull it up for you, but I can tell you about it if I can pull this over. So yesterday we hit that. Let me pull it all the way back. Oh, it's wanting to play with us here. And that's not going to show it to me now for some reason. Well, ain't that something? There it is. That is not it. I don't know why it's showing at night. Anyway, we can mark it out here. So if you was to go to your open, and then we're going to draw a horizontal line 830 low, and then draw a horizontal line at the high. There was your 15-minute orb in between those greens, and you can see it came up, dropped down, tested the high, came down, tested the low, came back up, tested the low, came back up, broke low, then came back up, broke through the low, came back and tested it, and popped back up. Broke it, came back, tested, popped back up, tested, popped down, tested, popped down. So
Jeez.
there was plays to be made there if you wanted to do it. 15-minute orb is a great spot to look at, to be honest with you. So I really like it. I think it's a very good 30-second masterclass on CBD. So it's CVD. It's cumulative CVD, cumulative volume delta. So it's pretty much, it tells you the power in the move. So if your if your trend's going up and your CVD is moving up with it, it tells you that the buyers are really strong and they're coming in and they're placing orders and they're popping this thing up. What you got to look for, though, is you got to look for your opposite. So a lot of times you'll see you get a move, and then me and Roy will be talking back and forth about, hey, this thing's popped up, but CVD's coming down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that tells you that you don't have as many strong buyers in there as the trend might suggest. So just gives you a thing to be careful. So you're looking, like right now, CBD is 9,750, which is really, really strong to start the day. Typically pre-market, you're 1,500. It's not that strong. So this move up is telling you that the move has been strong. Now this can change in 2 seconds. It could go You could have buyers come in and start pushing sell orders, and that CBD is going to start dropping, and then you'll start looking for a drop. Then what you do is when I'm calling those numbers out, and then Roy starts calling Tide out like, "Hey, puts are creeping up." If puts are creeping up on Tide, then I see CBD is actually coming down on a move up. That lets us know we probably need to be looking for a short, or if we're in a long, need to be looking to probably exit that long pretty quick. So didn't always play out. It's like everything else. It's hit or miss sometimes, but it is it's something good to keep an eye on. It's not true Delta, so we're only seeing CBD on this move. True Delta, you're seeing the move like you would see it from yesterday's open till today, till current time. So it's it's just something to look at that hopefully you can get some kind of insight on it. Hope that explains it a little bit to everybody.
Yeah, it's very powerful though. I mean, it's as if you have volume profile up and then using the volume indicators for Bookmap, you're not mixing strategies, if you will. You're staying true to um, a consistent thing, right? Because
yeah,
you're following volume. That's basically what you're
right.
trying to do. So, um, yeah, we're just kind of hanging out at this 54.96. I'm actually kind of surprised it's holding up to here.
Yeah, it's something. And damn, lad, don't make fun of my accent. I'm from Mississippi, dog. Proud of it.
uh, yeah, just we're just two Southern boys on this stream, you know.
I'll make
Oh,
sure
by
to
the way,
CVD like that.
our
I emphasize the V for you.
I know we got about 10 minutes to kill before the open. We're just watching it consolidate. I was laughing so hard at your boy last night, Eli, on Monday Night Football.
I
I don't
didn't
know if
watch it.
you.
I did see the part with I guess him and Belichick want to smoke a peace pipe or something.
They kept him and Belichick kept showing highlights of Peyton Manning throwing interceptions to the Patriots. It was great. That was good.
Ugh.
Let's check around. Let's see if everything's still holding. Nvidia now over 108, 108.20. Goog's still flirting right under 150. Microsoft's still up. Apple's come down a little bit more. I tell you, if Apple recovers, look out. Look out. You
Yep.
could get a pretty powerful move with all the other guys popping up. Tesla's right under 220. It's one of those moments.
Yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see a pop, man. CVD has gone over 10,000 now. Why don't we just start? Well, I'll just start calling it Delta. How about that? Delta's over 10,000.
Pretty good.
All right, we're back to testing this high. Bill advocating new U.S. drone restrictions could harm public safety and economy. I don't know what that's about. U.S. formally accuses Iran of supplying missiles to Russia for Ukraine war. So we placed sanctions on Iran.
Yeah, bullish, right?
Everything is bullish.
There you go. A little test, new high day.
Yeah. So So you could take it from there. You could also take this from here if you're looking for a spot. So typically on fibs, I know everybody knows how to play fibs, but fibs on an impulsive move is where they're really their best at. And it's like me and Roy was talking earlier. I was like, heck, you can't go long here because you're right up against this 5,500 site level. I mean, you could go long and try to get a couple points out of it, but the risk is not worth the reward for me. But some of you might be. But dang, this thing it seems like it wants to pop. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We said we'd probably get a move up and hopefully a retest back down. So we'll see if that does play out, if it goes up, if it comes back and retest. I would look for it to test this high. They don't really like it breaking out to new highs in Globex, pre-market or post-market. They like it to do it during market hours. So a lot of times you'll see a pullback, then a pop back up above, then another comeback. So we've got 8 minutes until open. Like I said, no, I haven't taken a trade on the XFA yet, but like I said, I did take one on the 100K combine. So we took a loss. I think it's $800 on it yesterday. The reason I told you, I told you the teaser I gave y'all was an $800 loser. And then we came back and we got 1,529 up. So I will look to trade this one again today. I would like to get to this is 100K. So I would like to get to 3,000 on it. Even though I did take an $800 loss yesterday, remember 3,000 is your max pretty much. You don't want to have to make more money. So but we're going to look at XFA first and see. Today's episode is brought to you by Pepsi. We're still looking for sponsors.
We are. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We need all the likes. All the likes. Real easy. He said maybe a CBD sponsor. We'll take whatever sponsor we can get. Unless it's like, I don't know, something really weird. I do have standards.
For now.
I'll always have standards.
That's just kidding.
It depends on, I don't know where they're always at, but I'll always have them.
I think we should go after Spirit Halloween store. If we can't get them, we're in trouble.
Yes, Roy does love weird.
I do love weird.
He's a weird cat. What can I say?
Ooh, coin up 25 cents right now.
What? Hush your mouth.
You know what? Well, short-term play on that, so I need to be judicious on any profits I get on that play. Did a option for next week. Normally don't do that, but there's your 5,500. Daggone, man. So looking at the lines and stuff, really wasn't an entry here. Beyond, I mean, once it broke to 54.84, you're too close to the previous, or to the previous day high, and then it broke out of that, and then you were getting too close to the yesterday high.
Yep.
So it's nice strong move out. SPY still $1.50 away from 550. So it's got plenty of room to run. They want to close this thing at CPI at 550.
All right, let's see what we can do here. Oh, yeah, with this move, I mean, 5,500 would be a great place to short, but it's like I said a minute ago, I'm not willing to risk anything on it. I mean, I probably could have swapped to a combine and taken a chance on it here. Don't want to risk any real money on it. Oh, let's go back. I don't want to trade. I got three. I don't want to trade three right off the bat. I have done that before. I was last time I was up over $5,000. I hit uh, join bid and looked up, and I was in 12 longs, and I was like, "Holy shit!" So I closed it really quick and made like $300 in 2 seconds. But it was the longest 2 seconds of my life trying to close that big on trade out, because that could turn to get you pretty quick.
Yes.
Pretty quick. Well, let's see. We've got 3 minutes till open. 3 minutes.
Apple's still trending down. It's
VIX is at 1910 too, by the way, just so you know.
Dixie's up 101.66.
Dixie's popping here.
It's funny, gold's green too with Dixie popping. They're all just running with Dixie.
Yeah, and Dixie heard her name, and here she comes to see what's going on. Y'all didn't know my dog's name is Dixie, by the way. She's the best girl.
We had funny stories of you yelling at the actual U.S. dollar, Dixie, when you were trading gold on back in your gold trading days. Your poor dog gets so confused.
CBD is 14,000, by the way.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You're cussing out the U.S. dollar, and she's like,
yeah. So my dog, she would actually go, and she'll do it now a lot of times when I'm trading. She'll just go in the kitchen and lay by the door. Like, he's fixing to get mad at me and cuss me. So. And I wasn't cussing her, I was cussing the chart. But she's like, nah, I'm not doing that. All right, we got a minute and a half, so let's see. CBD's holding 14,000. It's going to be interesting to see what happens once it opens. I want to see if it holds this 14,000. It comes back, what it does here.
So 54.93.25 was previous day high, right? What that says.
Right.
So I'd love a test of that.
We got eight people viewing right now. We got 7 likes. So we need 8 likes on here. We need everybody to like this. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get some people to join and let's build this thing up to a good community. We're a good community now, but a bigger community. Let's bring everybody back into the Top Step family and see if they can gain their financial freedom. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, me.
All right, we got 20 seconds. Let's see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised we get I wouldn't be surprised either way. You got orders above 5,500 now. You got them all the way down to 54.92. Around 54.93, which is yesterday's high. So,
ding, ding, ding.
It has not broke the high yet. It's going to come back. I think this is a test because CBD's popping above 14,000 again with this little move back. I'm going to be patient and wait. Hopefully we come back and test here. The 8 might be a good spot to take it, but I'll tell you what, we're going to actually add 1 at the 8 or down here. See if we could just pop up. 5507 would be about my spot to look to take profit. Actually, 5510 according to Bookmap. You got 475 orders sitting at 5510. Yeah, SP 500 opened up. MO imbalance was plus 130 million, which is pretty strong. NASDAQ was negative 25 million. The Dow was plus 55 million. And the Magnificent Seven was down 15 million. I'm saying most of that's going to be Apple.
Yeah. But Apple did pop at the open a little bit from where it was. NVIDIA now 108.77, 108.85. It's popping up pretty good. Google over 150, 151.
I would love them to take the high day out here, but we might have got in a tad bit early on this trade, but I liked it holding. It looked like it wanted to hold pretty strong. And CBD is 14.5 now. Even with it just chilling here, CBD's kind of growing a little. So
Tide calls start higher than puts. Puts are, but both are above the zero line. Granted, very early in Tide, so not really a
there's your high.
good indicator. Look at that. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, we're going to move our take profit on this one down.
Yeah, I held back there. I wanted to see a retest of the previous day high. Puts took a minor turn down. Calls pushing a little higher.
If I was to guess, I'm saying we might get a little more out of this, and it's going to come back. Oh, CBD is over 16,000 now.
See if it holds 5,500. Could be the launch point. People look at it.
It
And say,
could
it's
be.
5,500.
I don't think we're seeing shorts cover yet, so that's concerns me a tad bit. And not holding this 55. It's got to hold 55 or come back. I just don't know what to do with my stop here.
Yeah, Nvidia 109.
I don't want to take this trade.
Microsoft up 1.5%.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm going to cut that loose. I don't like it right here because I think we could get a little more of a pullback. I think I rushed a little bit on that one, so we're just going to take a $70 win. Could have got 150 out of it, but CBD's coming back some now. It's back to 15.5 where it got up to 17. So
yeah, I've got an order for a long at 54.92. But depending on how fast it gets there, I may want to cancel that.
Yeah, I want to see how it reacts to this 13 here. If it breaks straight through the 13, the 8, then I'm probably going to look for around this trend and this 85.75 and VWAP all right here together. So
yeah, puts rising. Puts slight tick up above the zero line. Calls where they dropped and now they're rising as well. So both are trending up, but we'll see. This is the
CBD's wanting to come below 15,000 here. It's popped to 14.8.
So there was your previous day high test. It bounced 2 points off of it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I'd like to see it come down here, but we've got a little green in the book so far. So 14.7, 14.8, back to 15. It's moving around. So with this moving back and forth here, you're not really getting a ton of data from it that you could actually move with. You need to see a big pop or a big drop for it. 14.7 again. Oh yeah, 14.5.
Yeah, it's pulling down now. Let's see if we can get down to your level.
What's Tide showing?
Calls are rising, puts are rising, but calls are or puts have more volume. It's actually weird. The volume indicator at the bottom. Puts are in control, but the premium dollars are showing calls higher. So that suggests more out of the money stuff for calls.
We're getting close to 14,000 now.
Right. Yeah, it's starting to drop. It's now testing that previous day high.
Yeah, I'm not taking
So
it
it
long
broke
yet.
under it. Yeah, I canceled my 92 order. I'm gonna just let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. It's doing what we wanted it to do, so now we have to see. Um,
13.5.
Puts are rising, calls are rising too. So it's again, but the volume is saying is in the favor of the puts. This is a bit confusing.
Yeah, that could have been the spot there. I don't know. It wouldn't be bad to take a chance there, in my opinion, but this is not financial advice at all.
Yeah, that's
This is
that's.
just what we're looking at and what we're thinking. We're pretty much thinking out loud. Ooh,
I
uh, bookmap
see
showing
what we're.
50, 54.90, 54.88 area. So CBD is broke 13,000. It's 12.7 now.
So it's holding that previous day high.
It is holding that previous day's high. Let's see if we test it again or if we bounce back up here. It did. So what I do like to see, I told you they don't like to see a high made in pre-market. So they actually went up there and took that high out right as soon right it opened. So
Hmm.
we don't really have a lot to shoot for to try to get back above that right this second, I don't think. So let's wait. And like I said, perfect area for me would be if it comes by and tests this VWAP, this zone trend zone I had, the 38.2, the 50. We've got a cluster all here. EMAs are turning, the 8's turning down, the 13's turning down, the 21's gone flat. VWAP is still on the uptrend, but if we get a big move here, that could change pretty quick. So
Yeah,
there's 12.9, 12.8 is
puts are
CBD.
puts are rising. Um, Puts are rising pretty strongly. It's a granted, it's very early, but um, you're not seeing much let up on the puts. Now calls took a little dip. You could get a cross here within the next 5 minutes or so. 5 day moving average. Sorry, 54.87. So we're still a little ways away. It is holding that previous day high though. For now.
Yep. All right, let's see. It's holding it for sure. CBD is 12.6. It's still CBD still creeping down. So I
Puts are
think we might
moonshots.
have a come down. I want to see a VWAP test. That's what I really want. We're getting that VWAP's getting really close to 38.2. So, but it still has not broke down below Monday's high.
I got point of control at 54.95.50. So kind of interesting spot here. If we're in between yesterday's high and that, you probably get a test up failure on the point of control. You could get a strong move down. Um, puts puts are rising pretty strongly.
Yeah, I thought about taking a short right here, but I was just wasn't quick enough.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to.
There's a little pop up.
I'm going to take a short here just to. We're going to keep. We're risking a little bit. We're going to
So
risk high day.
calls ticked up a bit. Puts are still moving up.
Well, I'm just risking. I'm risking high day. So if we take high day out, then my thesis is invalid anyway. So
I took a short at 54.95.50.
we're risking 337.50. So I'd like to get at least 500 out of it. Now we're going to pop up. So
yep, calls just ticked up.
CBD's 12.5, 12.6, 12.7. So we might have picked wrong. I don't know. I liked it down. I thought we were going to get that break actually on that one, but we'll see. This trade is not done yet. And a lot of times, we get a fake out. So was the fake out open or is this the fake out here? Where is the fake out?
Apple did fall pretty strongly. I mean, it is low a day, 217.18. It just is a nasty chart. Nvidia dropped 107.40. Google's still green, but 150. It dropped off its high like the rest of the market. So, yeah, kind of in this zone. Calls did tick up, puts ticked slightly down, but nothing. Volume still in charge on the put side. It looks like we are getting a little pop up here.
Yeah, CBD's popped back above 13. So this could be a bad trade, or at least a bad entry on the trade.
Yeah, I mean that previous day high, it never closed below it. So,
Oh, and that was a little rush on my part. So we've still got roughly 2 minutes on this candle too. So CBD's holding 13,000. It popped a little bit above it, but it hadn't ran away. It's actually wanting to break 13. It looks like so.
Apple under 217. That is not
VIX
good.
you're getting a drop in VIX. We need a pop in VIX here. Yeah, Apple looks ugly over there. My gosh.
Yeah.
VIX is popping a little bit back up, so we might see something here.
Down. Calls tick down. Puts slightly tick down. You're getting.
Here's the test of the yesterday's high again.
Yeah.
And so far,
it's a fall through on this candle, but we're under the point of control. It held it.
So far, CBD's not popping. CBD's actually coming back a tad bit. So that's 12.5.
Apple back over 217.
Yeah, the VIX, it wanted to pop a little, just couldn't do it. Dixie's popping. What is it? 101. I can't see that number up there. It's too far away.
Dixie 101.66.
101.66. VIX is 1910. Needs to hold 19 for sure. If we want this trade to play out, CBD's going back up to 12.8. So it's kind of 12.2, 12.1, 12.8, 12.9 area, kind of back and forth. It's not getting the move.
Yeah.
A big move either up. They just went to 13.2, so it changed.
Puts drop. Puts drop pretty strongly. Here.
This is was that the move? Is it done?
Here's your test 5,500. Apple's climbing. Yeah, I think this is on the cusp of puts falling. Yeah. see if this is it. That was a fake out. Oh, Apple back dropping just a hair. Let's see. Yeah, puts ticking down.
Yeah, so you're watching now. You're watching this 8. If the 8 holds, we get a decent move up. If it breaks, we could come back down to the 21 and Monday's high again. So 13 now. CBD's creeping back below 13,000.
Puts ticked up. So they had to move down, and now they're ticking back up. Calls had a slight dip down.
Yeah, every time you say that puts are up, the market goes up. Every time you say puts are down, the market goes down. So the market is moving opposite of tide, it looks like.
It's a
Yes. I don't like this candle. 13 held and got a good move off of 13. So
Apple back under 217 though.
VIX had a
Just popped up.
drop, a pretty big drop, and it's popped back up some, but it's coming back now. So I got a feeling what it's fixing to do. It's going to probably take me out and then drop, but I could be wrong.
Apple back above 217. Calls are now rising. Puts slight tick down.
But I've told you guys I'm not going to move my stop the other way. So I only move my stop more in the money. I'm never going to move it away. Not trading this way. I'm not.
Calls are rising.
Of course they are. The market's going down.
Apple back above 217.
CBD is holding 13.4 now. It got down to 13 and was wanting to break 13, then it popped back up. So there seems to be a little more to it. We still got a lot of orders sitting at 54.93 to 54.91, actually 54.89.
Yeah, I would say it holding yesterday's high for now is, calls are now shooting up, which
Of
is
course they
interesting as the market is coming slightly down. Volume is still in favor of the puts though, but I'm not sure how much longer that's going to last.
So it looks like, if I'm hearing you correctly, it looks like it is they are buying calls in these dips nonstop. So
Yeah, they're buying calls. Could be for the event tomorrow. Could be just because everything's gotten beaten up.
yeah, because it's overall number of calls, right? It's not specific days. It's just overall. It's all right. That was actually a pretty decent drop here. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move my take profit up a little, just to call it a win. Get a point or two, and just kind of reset my brain. I don't like the way tides moving.
CBD's come all the way back down to 12.4. But like I said, it's not getting. We're neither here nor there.
Apple popped and then faded, so
VIX is popping. VIX is up to back to 1918.
yeah, Apple had popped from all the way up to 217.50. What is that? 217.880, and then just came
This is
right
a
back.
very important candle here for us. We're testing yesterday's high again. This is very important for a short here. It's got to break it down here to get a chance to go down there. I would love to go get a VWAP test, and I would cut this thing so quick at VWAP you wouldn't be able to see it on the screen.
I went ahead and cut there at the previous day high test.
Yeah, we are two different people. We know this.
We are. That's what makes this so good. The only thing we have in common is we're from the deep south.
Exactly. Born and raised, right?
Yeah, exactly. Nice break here.
I'm gonna actually
Calls
make this
dropping, puts are
here.
rising, calls are dropping again.
I'm gonna put the take profit right above VWAP. So if we get this, we still haven't got this break yet. I mean, we broke it, but we hadn't held it yet. Yesterday's high. So
It loves to
CVD's
stay
come
high.
back to 10. Your orders, wow, your orders they kind of spread out. Now they're back 54.90. And what do we get to? 90, 91.25 where we pop. That makes sense
Yeah.
according to Bookmap.
Yep.
Probably should have took profit here, to be honest with you, and got out of it as a winning trade. But we can't all be Roy and be little girly girls. Hey, I mess with Roy. I would never. If you get profit, take profit. I believe in that. So
Yeah, you've actually been good about teaching me, the screenshot theory. Um, but
yeah,
it's all about emotions and keeping yourself, in a position to make whatever good choice. I mean, hindsight's always going to be 2020, but in the heat of
yeah.
the moment, it's important. I'd say Apple's looks like it's found a bottom here at 217. Every time it gets near it, it tends to get some buyers down there, so that's one to watch. Um,
Yeah, your VIX went up and
Nvidia's,
VIX tested the 21 rejected 21s while we're getting moved back down a bit. So
yeah.
the old VIX.
I mean, before we started, you had mentioned kind of a prediction, and
Yeah,
you said you'd looked at maybe a choppy day, and I think this is the very definition of a choppy start.
it's a choppy start, all right. We still could see. You still could see profit taker short
Calls
covering.
just calls just had a pop up,
Yeah, CBD just
slight
popped back
tick
above
down.
11,000 to 11.4 and came right back down. So I don't know. For my short to play out, it needs to reject the 8 here.
You're right at point of control, slightly above it.
I'll leave that where it was. I wanted to move it down, but I just don't. I don't know if we can break high day yet, and I don't want to take a. I don't want to get stopped out. Then $25 and it moves my favor.
Calls still rising, but puts are not dropping. So puts are still in favor on the volume, but that number is dwindling.
Yeah, I think we're fixing to get a move here, I believe. And I'm afraid to say, I think it might be up.
Yeah, Apple 217.35. Amazon's now getting close to 180, 179.43. Video got down to 107. It's now popped back up 107.40. So your Google's holding 150. So your big guns are still holding pretty good. Apple's coming down a little bit here. Let's see if it retests 217, if it can finally break down. Calls are spiking. Puts are dropping. So the volume's about to flip over to calls.
CBD's just chilling at 11.4.
This candle is pretty interesting, isn't it?
There's been a lot of movement in that one candle, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Closed right on the daggum 8. So CBD with a slight decrease here to 11,000. But like I said, we're not getting a big move either way, so it's not really. Now it's back to 11.4, 11.5, 11.4.
Yeah, calls are going up vertical. They've just gone green on the volume. So calls are now taking taking control. What's the 8 at? $97.75.
Didn't take me out, looks like here. I should have followed you, Roy. You know what? Hindsight, no.
Hindsight.
CBD's
Yeah,
popped to 12.2.
That's a tough one because the previous high day, as you said yesterday, right? It keeps getting tested. It keeps getting tested. Eventually, it should break, but it broke and then it did a fake out. So, yeah, here we go. Coming down. Calls are rising though. Calls are rising. Puts are falling. So, I think you may get an 8 retest here, and then that would be. I may actually look to enter a long at the 8. Or may enter a long at point of control if I want to be more safe. 95.50. Yeah, calls straight up, and it's interesting because we're dropping in the market, but
Yeah, CBD's coming back. It got to 12.8, 12.9. Now it's back to 12.2. But like I said, you're not getting a ton out of this right now, so. But you had a good call. It looks like the 8 might hold here. Maybe.
calls straight vertical. So a little puzzled at this move. So you may get another previous high day test and then a bounce. That would be lovely.
That would be more than lovely.
So we're at point of control now. There's your break.
Yeah, we don't have the good break yet.
Control.
Oh, do I cut? Do I take? What do I do?
Slight uptick and downtick in slight downtick in calls, slight uptick in puts. Here's your previous high day test about to come.
Yeah. We cut it for $10.
All right.
I should have held, but it's just been too strong off that level right there. So I just can't depend on it to break. And now it's going to break. Because CBD, I should have looked CBD. It just dropped to 10,000.
Yeah. This is weird. So calls are going up, but the volume went back to puts. So some Tide is saying two different things on two different areas. I'm gonna take a long here at the previous day high, 54.90.
I just did, sir.
Okay, look at us.
I just did.
Us.
Led you are right. Hard mode is enabled right now. This is. You want to see if you're going to have a range bound day, give me a range. And we hadn't really set. I mean, we might have set the range to the high side, but have we set the range to the low side yet? I don't know. I got to kill this order ahead here.
All right, so I'm in put slight rise, calls slight rise. Apple 217.50, so it popped.
VIX pop back up.
Yeah.
5,500. So I'm looking for right up. If it'll get back up to high day, that would right below high day, that would be perfect, and that would give me a decent green day on the day. But now it's struggling. Well, I say that it was struggling to get back above the 21, and it popped above it. CBD's 11.2 still. I mean, it came back down to 10,000, then popped right back up. So 54.88. You have a ton of orders sitting at, and that's right at VWAP. So, the VWAP play could definitely be in play. And where did my
That is where the 5-day moving average is as well.
well? I didn't set. That was weird. It didn't set my take profit or my. Well, there's that. Where's my stupid stop loss? It didn't set a stop loss that time. I didn't. Maybe I deleted it. I guess I deleted it. I think I did delete it by accident. Oh well, we're good. I know where to go.
Still holding that previous day high.
Super Typhoon Yaji wrecked one wind farm in China, but the rest stood their ground. Okay. U.S. UK formally accused Iran of supplying missiles to Russia for Ukraine war. They both announced sanctions on Iran now. Fed bar. I thought we were in a quiet period. Why is Fed speakers today?
There shouldn't be any.
Changes to Basel III proposal would exempt banks under $250 billion in assets from most new requirements except for recognizing unrealized gains and losses of securities. And then they said the vessel would just be VIX coming back down, CBD coming back down.
Calls way up, back above in charge of volume. Puts trended down. Apple 218.10. It's jumped $1. Nvidia's holding 107.40.
It's time to flip the coin.
Exactly.
I've got it here. Here's the coin. Let's flip the coin.
Let's flip the coin.
Coin says short.
Oh no.
We need to do a test on a combine one day with a magic 8-ball.
Yeah, Apple's recovering, so this move down to me is a little puzzling. So
nice pop by Dixie. NQ looks really good. What the heck? NQ looks stronger right now. That's coming back a little. VIX is kind of popping a little. Dixie's still popping. Apple popping. Meta kind of. That's a 1 hour on Meta. Microsoft popping. CBD is at 9,800 now, so it's come back down a good bit.
Yeah,
Led. I see that. So you got Bowman talking at 11:15 too.
I don't understand this. They had a quiet period. Did they just do away with that?
I didn't think so. I don't know.
54. Yeah, puts are falling, calls are rising. I'm a little puzzled at this one.
CBD's 94. They've moved these orders down a little to 54. I say that. They start really at 54.88 to 54.86, 85 level. So
yeah, Apple's holding over 218. Nvidia came. It's just Nvidia's basically just hanging out over 107. Google over.
So VIX is popping back, is going back down some again. I'm confused here. But the market can do this sometimes. The real median household income rose 4%. So median income rose to $80,610.
Okay. Maybe it's
Now
just
we,
supposed to grind down to VWAP, and then that'll be a launch zone. I don't know. I'm puzzled here.
yeah, me and you both. I will, if we do go to VWAP, I don't know, VWAP is flattening out, but I will add one more at VWAP, unless it's just tank through it. I guess I should have held that short. Huh? Now we're fixing to tank through it. So CBD's 8,000. There's VWAP test.
Yeah, I grabbed two more MES at VWAP. I had three originals, so I'm at five total.
We added one. If it breaks 54.84, we're gonna cut it. Well, we're gonna test it right now. Looks like there it is. I'm out. I closed it out. It's too ugly for me right there. That's probably a bad play, but right back into that channel. Look at that crap. Now it's gonna bounce back up. Let me just clear these orders up here. So now we were $600 down on the day, and it's gonna bounce here. You son of a gun.
Held mine, but I'm still way down.
We're in this
Calls had a drop.
this trend.
I mean,
This
Apple
trend
is
line.
trending up. I just don't.
The VIX popped like 20 cents.
Personally, I think this is a bear trap. I think you're going to get a bounce. I mean,
Oh, look, we're right back at VWAP. We're added. All right, I'm gonna be dumb, but I'm gonna add two back here if it'll fill it.
all right, I'm back even, back green. We're right at my average.
Y'all look at this. Came right down to this zone I have, this trend zone, right to the bottom and bounced right off of it. I'm talking about to the tick to it too. My gosh, you gotta love that. Pop above this one, go run. CBD just popped all the way back up over 9,000, where it got down to 6,000. So, oh, it still hadn't got. That was a good pop, but I don't know. That might have been a fake pop there.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock in something here. Make sure. Yeah. All right. So I'm $50 on the day. Not great, but that I mean, Apple's popping. I mean, Apple's 219 now. That move down was just. This is where I struggle, and this is where I mentally trade went against me. All indicators said it was going to go where it was going to recover, pop up. But all indicators were saying no, that drop was not going to be sustained. I ride it out, I average down, I do good, and then I get a little bit of profit and run away. It's like I kind of go through the bad, and then when the good starts happening, I abandon ship. That's something I'm trying to learn better too.
Man,
But
this son of a gun just went from one tick to my first take profit. One tick and then came back down.
I'd say look at Apple's chart, and I said earlier, if Apple recovers and all these other ones stay put, look out. And that I think is what's going to play out. Personally, I'm not in any position right now, but I'm green on the day by $50 across three accounts. But I'm not sure what to do next. I've got about 15 minutes left in my trading day.
Yeah, I've always got to cut loose early today, so
But I think you may get a VWAP test and bounce here.
yeah. The
Video.
question is, do I gamble and do I take another one here? No, it's gonna stop me out. Looks like, yep, stop me out again. Son of a gun. I'm gonna call it here, I think.
Ugh.
Let's go get this break. CBD is plummeting 55, 54.77. Looks like where we could be going to. If we get this trend, is the trend going to hold or is the trend going to break? Trend's going to break.
Apple above, Apple back below 219, so 218.82. That's same thing every morning, isn't it?
71, 72.50. Yeah, I said I was done. We're going to see if we can
See,
let this play out. CBD's gone to 5,000.
I know you don't
What
have
is
the
Tide
Bollinger
showing?
Band. Tide calls just dropped, puts are rising, puts are now in volume and control. Your bounce there was right off the bottom Bollinger Band. So you wicked off the bottom Bollinger, but you are now below the 5-day moving average with a bending VWAP.
Yeah, you got everything coming. We're going to take this.
You got calls dropping fast. You got puts rising fast. So
I'm going to put my take profit at low a day and see if we go down.
Nvidia off a cliff, now under 107, 106.60 and dropping
My
cold.
gosh, the VIX is popping like crazy. That's a huge. The VIX is up 30 cents on this one candle, which is a lot for the VIX.
Yeah. So it's man, that script flips fast, man.
And it did. It didn't take long.
So you got Apple kind of hanging out here at 218.83. You got, yeah, I mean, this is this going to do what it does every day through the last 2 weeks? It just starts strong and then fades down.
CBD's gone fix below 4,000.
Puts are rising quickly. Both
CBD's
are above the
dropping
zero.
quickly. We're at 38. Oh, we just popped to 47, 48 real quick. Somebody popped in with some orders.
You're at the bottom, Bollinger Band. You came in with
Somebody,
some volume on this
my
drop. Yeah, it's
gosh,
dropping hard. Look at it go.
38.
So
I'm going to
you
actually
got
move.
dropping. Apple dropping 218.35. You got Nvidia now 106.20. Calls rapidly dropping. Puts still climbing. Puts are in charge on the volume. They haven't crossed on the chart yet, but they're the premiums haven't
So
crossed on
what
the
you're seeing
volume.
here, guys, if you don't know, and you don't know it till you're already in it, so it's hard to tell a lot of times. But this is definitely profit takers.
Yeah.
This is definitely profit takers here. So you're getting your profit takers. Do you also get your? When do you get your shorts to cover? We're down to 32 on CVD. Let's look at some levels. Let's zoom this bad boy out a little.
Nvidia went red, believe it or not. It went red. It was up over 109. It's now 106.30.
So if we was to hit my take profit down here at 12, I'm gonna actually move it down to this low. That would put us at 13 too. That would actually give me a green day and a $200 green day if that was it. That is the dumbest thing ever. I got to quit getting myself in these holes. And if we would have taken 2 there instead of 1, we would already be in the green. So
Puts are rising. Calls have a
yeah,
little
I would
tick
like
up.
for it. Honestly, I would love for it to get back around this level right here, and then I would look to add again 78. but I don't know if it's going to do it or not. I would add one more to it. Probably should have added one on that little pot there, to be honest with you.
Let me make sure I cancel all my orders so I don't have anything rogue.
CVD is below 3,000. It's 29.28. 54.65 is going to be the spot to watch. That's where the order is sitting at now. If it gets there, let's see.
Nvidia 106 tested it and bounced. Puts are climbing, but if your profit taking was true, it was happening in Nvidia for sure. That's where it really volume picked up on that.
Trying to zoom out here on Bookmap to see where we have orders at below the 65 level.
You got a nice
You have
candle.
nothing. If it look, I'm gonna tell you guys, if it breaks 65, this thing is gone.
Puts crossed, calls on tide. Puts are rising still.
CBD's at 2,000. Yeah, if it breaks 65, I mean, you got 100 orders at 62.50, and then you have no more double-digit orders all the way down to 54.45 as far as I see right there. Now, that 65, 66, 67 area could hold.
Getting a pop up here to retest the bottom Bollinger. I mean, it just drastically broke, so I wouldn't discount a move. Calls slight rise. They're on top of each other. Puts and calls now. With puts volume way higher. Nvidia just popped about 65 cents off of its 106 level. So 106 to 106.65.
Brent oil futures falls below 70 for the first time since December of 2021. I think that was a spot to actually add one of these shorts. We're going to add one. This might not be the smartest play ever, but
I'm too close to a meeting to enter anything, so I'm going to hold back.
I get that.
Missed the move down.
So now if we can hit low a day, I just need low a day. Low a day gets me about $600 on a day. That's it. Not asking for much. Don't need much.
No.
62.50 is all I ask for. 62.50. Actually, we're going to move that down, and then we're going to put one take profit at
Google back under 150. Microsoft really hasn't been impacted. It jumped out of the gate. It's now dropped. It opened at 408. It got up to 416. It's now at 414. So it could be one to look out for.
Yeah, they just said that on the oil deal, XOM plus energy is dragging SPY down while tech is still green, holding NQ up a little. So makes sense. Now can we get this sustained move down? We hadn't been able to yet. So is this a retest and we get more?
Puts dropped. Calls back above. Puts on the premium side. Volume.
Don't you have a meeting to go to?
Yeah, about like
5 Don't you have something to do? I'm kidding.
I want to give you your information that caters to you.
Popping back up too. So this is we should have just took profit instead of adding. But you know what? This might be a fake out. Orders are moving everywhere. I'm talking about orders are moving all over the place over here. It's they got them at 54.70 now to the downside, and then 54.82.50 and up. they're definitely stacked to the upside. So CBD is back to 3,000. It needs to break. We need to plummet CBD down to around 1,000, then we can get the breakdown. But it's just holding 331. These orders at 54.70. Oh, well, they just moved those down, some of them, so I don't know. Dickard, we will see if I get that low today. If I do, you will know. All right, CBD just broke 3 back to 26. They're moving those orders at 54.70 down again, but now they're popping them back at 54.70. So we can't get the clear break. CBD's 28. It's not really popping on this little. Let's move back up. Well, I say that, and that's 3,000. So when Roy gets off, we will cut the trade. Now, this will be unless we get a drastic drop here pretty quick. It's another teaser for tomorrow. I hope this teaser goes better than yesterday's teaser.
Calls ticked up, but yeah, you're honestly, flow hasn't really played out as much as I mean, they did on that violent move down a bit with calls rising or puts rising, but it's been a bit inconsistent for me today.
54.70. They're popping those orders at 54.70, and then they drop them, and then pop them at 54.70, and then drop them down some. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to pop off here. Good luck, sir. If you're still streaming, I may pop on. If not,
no, I'm fixing to call it. I need
Discord.
to go. I need to go smoke a cigarette.
I'm gonna lock my account. So I'm done with my XFAs.
Yeah, we're only 300 bucks down right now. So if we can get the move I want, we'll finish the day green. And CBD's holding 22. So they did drop those orders at 54.65. So that's actually, let's keep moving them down and get out of it. But I'll get off with you, Roy. Hey, thank you. Thank everybody for hopping in. Thanks for the feedback and the discussions in Discord. We're going to need y'all to start talking a little bit in the YouTube stream, though, so we can get some good.
Keep building. We appreciate it. And
thank you, everybody. Thank you, Roy.
Thank you, man.
We'll catch you guys in the morning.
All right. Bye, guys.